I'm here at the object show and I'm speaking to, what is your name, young man?
Robert Stephen Sommers.
Robert Stephen Sommers. Is that...
That's a V, no P.
Oh, okay. No P with but I was wondering, recently you had posted an interesting story that relates to the Black Dahlia, is that right?
Yes, it may.
It may. Well, why don't you tell me one of your more interesting posts that you've run on your blog these days? Just summarize the important things and the highlights of it.
Well, this particular event happened about 2 weeks ago when two sisters wandered into my gallery with a sheath of prints signed by a man named Paul de Gaston.
Would you stop for a moment and spell Paul de Gaston's name, please?
P-A-U-L-D-E-G-A-S-T-O-N.
Okay.
Now, these were some dry point etchings and some aquatints, and they were very, very competent prints. I started researching the artist and found that there was practically no information on him anywhere. A friend in Seattle had one of his surfing etchings, so I started scratching the surface and I found that the name Paul de Gaston was actually the name for a very nefarious character.
And what was the highlight of his nefariousness? What did he do that made him such a nefarious character?
Well, first I have to say that I'm not sure if there are one Paul de Gaston or two Paul de Gastons. I found a Paul Robert de Gaston and a Paul Percy de Gaston, but they both used multiple names. They both had multiple wives. Paul Robert de Gaston was on the FBI's most wanted list, picked up as a Nazi sympathizer and thrown into an internment camp in World War II. They said his real name was Theodore Herman Bach.
An internment camp, was that here on the West Coast?
Yes. He was from Kent,
do you know
Washington.
where? Do you know
I'm not
where?
sure the specific camp yet, but
okay.
I can come up with information. He painted in the camp. He was also an abortionist who operated with no medical training and was picked up in the Black Dahlia trial. He was actually a state's witness.
He was picked up in the Black Dahlia? What
he
does
was
that
a principal suspect in the famous Los Angeles murder of Elizabeth Short.
So they thought that he had done it.
He is still one of the principal suspects. Suspect number 17 in the Black Dahlia.
But you say he's one of the principal, but there were 17
yes,
suspects.
But he has still never been taken off the list as a suspect.
I see. He and his 17, is he like up there, the top tier?
I don't know how they're ranked sequentially.
Okay, so he was one of the. Now, why did they think that he had something to do with that fabulous case?
They found his name and phone number in Elizabeth Short's phone book after her death.
I see.
And there are other connections he had at the time. He was performing a lot of abortions during a time when it was illegal, and ended up getting picked up and serving time.
He served time?
He served time as an abortionist.
For illegal abortions.
Turned in a huge illegal abortion ring, became a state's witness. You'll see I found a document from the Western Medical Journal in 1936 that it spelled out his...
So this is an ongoing investigation that you've been conducting. So far, what would you say the essence of your findings are? Now that you have been doing it for some time, what concretely have you discovered?
Well, I still am not sure if it was the same Paul de Gaston.
So
both men have at least 5 different birth dates. There's record of him getting married 2 years after the official death notice came out. I don't know if this man was given a new identity. He was certainly a serial philanderer. A serial philanderer. And dissembler.
Now, I know what a philanderer is. What is a dissembler?
He's a man who found it very easy to lie. And he lied about many things.
Did he run for public office?
No, he did not. How you doing?
I'm good.